by the Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
The relentless and dangerous cold weather that has blanketed much of the nation is being blamed for 12 deaths. I'm Hannah with more on the wind chill, freeze warnings, and now the major snowstorm heading up the East Coast.
And an ice dam in the Gallatin River has some homeowners on edge. What's causing it and the threat to those living nearby, that's all ahead.
6:30 on this Wednesday. Chet Lehman, Missy O'Malley with you here. Bitter cold temperatures continue to grip the majority of the nation, bringing with it all sorts of hazards and headaches.
And forecasters say a second shot of Arctic air is on the way in, meaning much of the nation will remain in the deep freeze throughout the week. And Adoba is in New York with more.
3 people were rescued from a car stuck in icy waters in Boyd's, Maryland on Monday. In a Dallas suburb, driving on ice is clearly not something residents here typically have to do. Much of the country is entering a second week of record cold, with freeze warnings as far south as Florida. Citrus groves are gathering ice. Even in places accustomed to cold, these extremes are out of the norm.
Someone's swerving across my lane of traffic and I hit the brakes and boom, right into the back of a semi.
In upstate New York, a 75-car pileup left at least one person dead. And scenes like this one in Cedar Rapids, Iowa are playing out at fires all over the country.
We're fighting equipment freezing up because as soon as it gets wet, we froze up like a popsicle.
But for all the danger and headaches this massive cold snap is causing, there are those who are finding the fun and beauty in it. Teens in Louisville, Kentucky, a city best known for the baseball bats it produces, are playing pond hockey.
Growing up here in Louisville, I've never done this personally before. Came out 8 a.m. this morning, -1 degrees. It's just incredible to be out here.
Ironically, one of the few places that's relatively balmy, Anchorage, Alaska, where skaters were in t-shirts. Temperatures Tuesday were in the 40s, about twice as warm as normal. Hannah Doba, CBS News.
Now, although Alaska is expected to cool down quite a bit today, the relative high temps aren't terribly out of the norm lately. The last 3 years rank among the top 4 warmest years on record in the state.
Head north.
Yeah.
That's where the weather's nice.
Apparently so.
It's not bad here. It's not as bad as it has been for the last several days. Anyway.
Again, we talk about this. It's all relative.
For sure.
6 weeks ago, we would have been talking about how horrible this temperature is.
Right.
After seeing sub-zero temperatures the last several mornings.
This is lovely.
Windows down. T-shirt weather. Temperatures into the single digits for most, 9 below in West Yellowstone. We are going to see a little cloud cover throughout the day and the possibility of a few snowflakes trying to sneak back into the forecast. Doesn't look bad, but there could be a few flurries before it's all said and done. We'll, of course, talk more in depth about what you can expect for today. And as we get closer to the weekend, that's all coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Matt. Now 6:33, our top local story this morning. A man is dead after a snowmobile crash north of West Yellowstone near Cabin Creek. According to Gallatin County Search and Rescue Commander Jason Jarrett, members of the West Yellowstone Search and Rescue Team responded to the report of a snowmobiler caught in an avalanche. That was just before 5 o'clock on Tuesday. The West Yellowstone Division of Gallatin County Search and Rescue and an Air Idaho helicopter also responded. The helicopter took just 32 minutes to arrive, but revival efforts were unsuccessful. The victim has been identified as 40-year-old Waylon Wiedemann. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Full investigation of that incident will be conducted later today. Also, a flood warning is in effect for Logan along the Gallatin River due to an ice jam. MTN's Kenneth Webb met up with a homeowner who lives 30 feet from the river, reports she's worried about the river cresting its bank.
Yeah, we're scared this time every year. It's flooded once before, so we know it can happen again. If it stays right here, we'll be fine. We've got at least another 3 feet before it comes over. We're mostly worried about it coming over because if it comes over the bank, it's filling in our property pretty quick.
The ice jam is currently located at the bridge in Logan heading to Clarkston. And the current inversion layers we have in our atmosphere is creating warmer temperatures in the mountains.
Temperatures, we are still seeing some warmer temperatures in the mountains, and that's causing a little bit of runoff running into the rivers right now. And with that water coming in, it's just starting to clog things up and kind of breaking that ice up that we just developed over the past week. And so we're seeing some ice jams starting to form on the area rivers down there.
According to the Director of Emergency Management for Gallatin County, this ice jam is higher than in the past years.
You know, it's a little bit more than we typically see out there. It's pretty common to get ice jams in that particular section of the Gallatin every winter. It does appear to be more water in those low levels than they're seeing quite a few years.
If you live in a flood-prone area, keep a watchful eye on this type of situation.
We encourage anybody that, lives next to waterways, whether it's a small creek, a ditch, or a river, anything with water flowing through it, they should pay attention to that water, watch it closely, make sure they develop a plan on what they would do if conditions got worse and their home or their property was affected.
Just for everybody to keep an eye on it, because it can happen in a blink of an eye and it can be scary.
We will continue to monitor this ice jam and alert you if anything new develops. Kenneth Webb, MTN News, Logan.
Update on that story. The flood warning has been lifted for that area right now. We'll continue to monitor that. For information on what you can do to prepare for a flooding event, just head over to our websites.
In other news this morning, a Butte man remains jailed after police allege that he started a fire and threatened police with knives on New Year's Eve. Police allege 30-year-old Zachary Ryder set a pile of clothing and garbage on fire in the hallway of his apartment complex on West Park Street on Sunday afternoon. Arriving officers claim Ryder was armed with 2 knives and refused police orders to drop them. He was subdued with a police taser and taken to jail. He faces felony charges of arson and assault, as well as misdemeanor resisting arrest.
In other court news, Barrett Snyder of Bozeman was arrested early Sunday morning, appeared in Gallatin County Justice Court yesterday on criminal child endangerment charge, along with a probation violation. In charging documents, the officer said he detected a strong smell of alcohol coming from Snyder's vehicle. Female passenger and a small child were in that vehicle with Snyder at the time. Snyder is a registered violent offender with a prior DUI conviction. Judge Robert Quinn set a concurrent bond of $12,000 for each of those charges. And another Bozeman man appeared in Gallatin County Justice Court yesterday on felony drug charges following an arrest on Monday. 30-year-old Joseph Lemire was allegedly unconscious in the driver's seat of a Cadillac on Thorpe and Richmond Road. According to charging documents, officers arrested Lemire because the officer discovered 2 bags of individually packaged marijuana, a bag of suspected methamphetamine, $298 in cash, and empty plastic baggies. Lemire is charged with possession of dangerous drugs and possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to distribute. His bond set at $2,500.
Butte police and the Montana Highway Patrol made about 7 drunk driving arrests in the Butte area over New Year's weekend. Police had extra patrols out beginning on Friday and lasted until early New Year's Day. Butte police made 4 DUI arrests, 2 of which were felony DUIs, and the Highway Patrol made 3 drunk driving arrests. The undersheriff said people were relatively well behaved throughout the weekend.
We had a couple of big parties New Year's Eve. I know there's a large crowd down at the Carper King, they said, and there was another large crowd at the Acoma. So with that many people out, I think 8 or 9 DUIs is pretty good for the citizens of Butte.
Now, the undersheriff noted that even after the weekend's DUI arrests, Butte had fewer DUI arrests in 2017 than 2016.
That's a good statistic.
That's
happy to hear that. Let's see it go down for 2018.
Let's do that. I love that. Stay with us. Coming up next, China has banned all commercial ivory processing and trading in the country. What that means for the elephant poaching industry, that's just ahead.
But first, here's Nora O'Donnell with a look at what's coming up at 7 on CBS This Morning.
Good morning ahead here on CBS This Morning. We're in southern Georgia and upstate New York with the dangerous cold that's gripping most of the country. What to expect from the next storm and the round of even colder weather. And we visit MIT, where they're working to create robots that you can wear. How they could be used to help people with muscle injuries. We'll see you right at 7.